Oh, I forgot we were going live. I was like, what are we waiting for? Damn. Oh,
Okay, we are live. I'm just trying to get my screen so I can see both.
we didn't tell anybody this. We were going live. I totally forgot.
Oh, sure.
All right. We are the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends. My name is Scott Switch. I'm your host. We love to do fitness, and these are my friends. And we are live on YouTube, bringing you our weekly roundtable and discussion about CrossFit and all the things going on in our lives. First thing we have to do is thank our sponsor, RX Smart Gear, title sponsor of this show. They have all the best jump ropes in the business, and you can check those out at rxsmartgear.com. Use the code Clydesdale15, and you can get 15% off your order at rxsmartgear.com. We also have a newer sponsorship, and that is Element 26. Very innovative company. They make all things CrossFit and powerlifting and Olympic lifting and strongman. And so they have thumb tape, they have grips, they have belts. Make sure you go check them out at element26.co for all the things that they have to offer. And everything that they make has something that's just a little bit different or a tweak on what you're used to, so that you can perform better in the gym. I know we got a little bit of some samples this last week. You guys want to talk about anything that you saw and tried?
I wore my knee huggers this morning for back squats. Well, I one knee hugger because a knee sleeve. My right knee because it was bothering me. And I always say, like, the knee sleeve has to give yourself a little bit of a hug. It was actually easier to put on than some of my other knee sleeves. I don't know if that was an intentional innovation of this product or not, but it just felt like I got enough of a squeeze, but it didn't feel like it was cutting off my circulation or like too hard to get on over my knee. So yeah, I thought it was great. And I love the color. It's like an army green color. It's pretty cool.
I tried my grips today. It wasn't required for my workout today, but I still tried them. And then I actually had a couple of other athletes who are pretty strong with gymnastics that I just was curious their take on it too. And so we were kind of playing around after I coached the class this morning with them. So that was cool to get to use those. It was a nice, secure grip on there.
Yeah, very different than other grips that are out there.
Yeah.
And you guys got the ones with the finger loops in it?
Yeah, I did, but I did not use them that way. I just kind of threw them over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I actually bought a pair of no loop and they sent me a pair of loop. So I have both kinds. And I prefer the no loop, just quicker and easier, but yeah, love them.
Yeah, and they're pretty comfortable. They're easy to sort of flip back and forth, like in a workout, if you're doing one thing where you don't need them and then an element in their workout where you do need them. I find that a lot of times when I go to roll the grip back and forth, like the underneath part gets all like jammed up and stuck on my sweaty wrists and whatnot. And these seem to move a lot better too.
Yeah, nobody likes a sweaty wrist. But yeah, I agree with you. The band is much easier. I think it's easier overall to like get on and stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Cool. Yeah, we love them. Yay.
Yeah, check them out, element26.co. And they just look at their products and all the little innovations. So what's going on, guys? Anything big happening this week?
I'm going to Florida on Thursday.
Oh, look at you. How come?
For a bachelorette party.
Cool.
And we are going to CrossFit 2 times while we're gone. It's part of the itinerary. Apparently that's a thing now. I'm not used to that. When I was getting married, this is what I say, you just dressed kind of slutty and then you just went out bar hopping. But now you do like vacations and stuff. I'm not used to that.
Wow.
It's because I'm old.
Right.
Is it someone you coach with?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Are they getting married soon?
In October.
Okay,
Like
that's pretty soon.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the last time I was on a bachelorette party. I think it was probably my own.
That's a long time, Kat.
19 years. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've been to one since then. My wedding was the last of all of my friends and family and stuff. It's not sad. Mine was fun though. I had two. I had one here, like with my family and friends, and then I had this really cool job at Citibank, and I had colleagues that lived in New York City because I went up to Long Island City where the headquarters were a lot. And so the team that I worked with in LIC took me out for a bachelorette weekend in New York, which was fabulous.
Wow. Yeah.
We like went to dinner. They hooked me up with this really swanky hotel, and that was super fun. I actually just was cleaning out some pictures in my spare bedroom, and I found the little folio of pictures that my girlfriend from New York sent to me after the weekend was over with us on my bachelorette party. So
like The Hangover.
yeah, exactly. Not quite like The Hangover, but yeah.
Don't know where that missing tooth happened or
Right, the tattoo, the face tattoo, laser removal worked really great for that. So can't see it at all.
I never had a bachelor party.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy talk.
Yeah, we were living in Florida when we got married, and we came to Pennsylvania to have the wedding, and logistically we didn't have a lot of leave saved up or anything like that, and it just got weird. Like, so we didn't have really a bachelor or bachelorette party, and we didn't have like a honeymoon either. So
you guys are overdue for that. I'm feeding
well,
my dogs
we've
watermelon.
since had a honeymoon, but
well, that's good.
But yeah, at the time we didn't just because of logistics of getting home. Because we had to be there ahead of time to get stuff ready.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Chris was the designated driver at his bachelor party. So, so he had one.
Boring. I mean,
Yeah,
that sounds pretty cool, but
so Chris and I are the captains of the lame boat.
Scott had like a party bus.
That's awesome. And people now, like they're going to Nashville, they're going to Vegas, like these whole huge, like crazy. I don't know where people get all the money to spend to do all this stuff, but
well, I think that's part of it is because I was pretty young when I got married, so like I can get that, but I guess now people are just getting married later and they're more established financially and professionally.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Do people still have showers?
Yes.
And do you get them all the stupid stuff like China patterns and
yes? Well, I don't think China, not really China, but they still register.
I'm in the process of turning my dining room into an office, and everything that's in my China cabinet is like up for grabs because I don't think I've opened that China cabinet in probably 15 years, and I don't need it. So just like all that glassware and stuff, like I've never had that many people in my house where I've had like, I've needed to serve 18 martinis. Like I don't need all those glasses. Like,
but that was the fun stuff to register for.
Right? Yeah.
All the alcohol.
I had so much glassware. I'm like, we don't use any of this. We've red Solo cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where we grew up, there was no registry. We got a lot of handmade gifts with like our names painted on something and we actually just got rid of a bunch of it. Cause like, it's not really our style. And why did we keep it around for 24 years?
Yeah. Doing a lot of decluttering and stuff.
So here's something funny I was going to share. Oh yeah. Is that Walter?
That is Walter.
Is we talked about it on our group text, but I thought it was hilarious. So I'm sitting here the other day, going through Instagram, watching stories, and my Scott is looking over my shoulder and watching. He's like, that looks like our living room. And I was like, it's not, it's Kat's. And he's like, are you kidding me? Because we always joke that we're twins. And he was like, it looks exactly like our living room. And it really does. So
yep, we have the exact same painted fireplace with the raised hearth, the TV in the corner, the shag carpet, like all of it. It's so funny. Minus the occupants, it's like the same. Were you watching Nemo when you sent me that picture too?
No,
Were you watching Finding Nemo?
No, that's what the YouTube TV like screen background is.
Oh,
What
okay.
if you're on anything? Yeah, it looks like it though.
Yeah. Great movie, by the way.
It is.
You know.
Did you, you got a bathroom done, didn't you?
I did, yeah, my powder room, which apparently no one calls it that anymore, but it's my half bath downstairs. We call it a powder room in Delaware. Yeah, I wallpapered it, new carpet, well, new rug, new drapery, new stuff on the walls, a mirror, painted the light fixture, painted the vanity. My mom helped me. It looks awesome. It's very chic.
It does.
Yeah.
Super
I like
fancy.
it. Yeah, fancy. So now we're trying to, Eliana loves it. And she says, Mom, the bathroom does not match the rest of our house. I'm like, we're working on it.
This is where it starts. You start one project and it like
Yep.
everything else.
And my mom's having a blast. Like she's coming over and she's helping me pick out paint colors for now the dining room, soon to be office. She's helping me get like bags to Goodwill. And she's like, all right, let's just get a bag. I'll just put it in my car. I'll take it. You know, I'm like, okay. And we go to lunch every time she comes over. So that's fun too.
Yeah, we redid our powder room as well, but it's more of an industrial look, which is matching our whole downstairs.
Awesome. You guys are doing a ton of work.
And that started as just a kitchen thing. And as I lost weight, I had more energy and I just kept going.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, but we may be done until spring.
Well, I was hoping we just got a quote because we were going to convert our electric range to gas, which we've been wanting to do forever. And because we both really enjoy cooking and we eat at home all the time.
Look at us talking like grown-ups.
I know,
So
right?
grown-up. Redecorating, bachelorette parties. But another grown-up thing I had to do. Instead, we have to put that on hold because we just had to buy the kids a new car.
Oh, yeah, Natalie.
Well, they share a car because Nathan can't have one on campus. But what the challenge is, well, it's not a challenge. It was cool that the last car that the kids were driving, I paid $1 for because it was my parents. So
Oh, nice.
it was only, fair that I actually had to pay for something now. So
Right. Well, we're looking at our fourth car now because Braden's got the truck at school. And Eliana is going to be able to drive by herself come December. And, we got him a car. So we kind of have to get her a car.
Yeah.
Like it's only fair. And she can actually probably pay for her car payments because she actually has a job and loves to work and is making good money. But I don't know that I should make her because we didn't really make Braden. So it's hard being like fair, trying to be fair.
Yeah.
We'll see. And Chris and I both have cars that are 10 years old. Both of our cars are 10 years old and they're still running and they're fine, they're fine, but they are going to go any day now. So we are looking now at going from like no car payments to potentially 3 car payments in the next few months. So we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Oh, but good luck finding a car.
I know that's the other problem. I mean, I almost don't need one. I don't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe I'll just toss Els my car for now and then figure something out once this market goes away or calms down a little bit. Used cars are impossible to get. They're way overpriced and I don't want to buy a new car because that's not really a good investment. I don't want to lease because I just don't want to.
Well, I got the call yesterday. Corey came up Sunday, do laundry, and she hadn't been home in a couple of weeks and got the call. She went back yesterday. I get the call, Dad, I got pulled over.
Oh no. For speeding?
Yes.
Okay. Well, better than other things to get it pulled over for.
She got pulled over going 85 and a 65. And her car shouldn't be going 85 miles an hour because we may lose parts.
Oh, well, that's also a concern.
Yeah. She's like, I was just trying to get around someone. And I'm like, if you had to go 85 to do it, you probably didn't need to.
Didn't need to. Yeah. That's funny.
So we don't know what she has to call in and get but I think we looked it up. It's going to be close to $200 for the ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually
So-
not too bad. Considering we have red light cameras around here. If you get stuck on a red light camera, like in the middle of an intersection, kind of like blowing it at the very end or
Yeah.
turning on a whatever, they're like $125. And you don't like, there's really nothing you can do. You just wait for the mail to come and you get it and you're like, oh shit, $125. Like it's the worst ever. Speaking of throwing money down the toilet, Braden calls me
my gosh.
from school on, I don't remember what day it was, but Saturday. I was at a CrossFit competition. I was competing in a CrossFit competition. And I was talking to my friend and I see him coming on the phone. I'm like, oh shit. He was at his roommate's lake house in Virginia. And he's like, Mom. I'm like, hey, what's up? What's wrong? Well, I was water skiing. And I'm thinking to myself, oh God, like he tore his rotator cuff.
Yeah.
He
Hamstring.
his arm off. Like, I don't know like what he's going to tell me. He's like, and guess what I lost? And I'm like, your whoop strap. Of course. So this will be whoop strap number 3 that he has lost. Now, that's a legitimate replacement excuse. Like whoop, because I've done this 3 times now.
Yeah.
Whenever I email them and say, hey, my son lost his whoop, they're like, oh, can you tell me how he lost it? And it's always like, oh, he just is a bonehead and he lost it. But this time it was legit. But I didn't bother doing that because he just upgraded to the 4.0, which is coming. I don't know. When do you think it's coming? The next 4 to 5 weeks?
8 to 12 weeks.
All right. Well, don't tell me that. Because what I did was, because I'm the best mom ever, I sent him my whoop, knowing that I'm going to get the 4 probably before him because I'm a founding member and they reached out to us first, blah, 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 whatever. So I'm whoopless and I overnighted him the whoop because he told me that his pitching coach now has taken an interest to the fact that he's wearing one. And, won't that be cool? Now, is that a story or is that the truth? I don't know. But he's got my whoop strap number 4 for that boy.
So Amy, do you notice how Kat always mentions she's a founding member?
Yeah, she's a founding member. Just like I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, I'm a mom, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter.
That's super impressive. I'm an early adopter. That's what I like to call myself, an early adopter. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
She always
tell us about your comp though.
Oh, the comp was fun. 3 events. I did it with my training, a woman that I train out of CrossFit Clarity. Her name's Christina. She's also my neighbor. She's been working with me for a couple years now. And we're both in our late 40s. And we don't do box jumps very often anymore because unless you're competing, you don't really need to do box jumps. There's really no reason. And my feet hurt after I do box jumps. And so there were box jumps in this workout, in this event. And even though we were scaled, step overs were not an option. So she knew going into it that this was going to be a real struggle for her. There were 90 box jumps in the workout. She got 4, which was awesome. She got like 3 in the warm up. She got 4 during the actual event. It was, what was the workout? It was like thrusters, box jumps, snatches, box jumps, thrusters, box jumps, snatches. And it was a 9, 15, 21 rep scheme. So we got 4. At some point I called it and I said to the judge, I said, can we just be done now? And can we now just get a workout in? So she marked our scores, what it was. And then we just started stepping over the box. And we got to, continue on the workout, which was fun. But in spite of that, we tied for 8th place out of 15 teams.
Awesome.
So, we didn't do too poorly in the other 2 events. We kind of were hanging in there. We would have probably, maybe cracked the top 5 had we been able to, keep up with everybody else on that other workout. But she had a blast. Her daughter came to watch her. And my other friend was taking video and pictures and has a picture of her daughter watching her do box jumps. And her daughter has a tear running down her face. It was so sweet. Their daughter was so proud of her for even getting out there. And I said to her in the middle of her attempting to do all these box jumps, I looked at her and I said, listen, there's 100 people right now that are watching that can't do box jumps that are not in this competition. I said, so there you go. You've won already just by being here. And hopefully that helped her feel better. But it was a fun day. It was just cool to, it's at the gym that I used to work at. And so I couldn't go more than a couple feet without seeing someone I knew and being able to chat with them and stuff. So it was just a fun day.
Sounds so cool. We actually have a comment from Teddy Williams. We love Teddy. Teddy, we met on the media trail this year, but he said, hey, yo, would you all believe I have a new favorite episode? And I'm sure he does, as we released Taylor Stride yesterday, and he does the media for her and Blue City CrossFit, the team. But hey, Teddy, thanks for listening and jumping on. And I'm glad you enjoyed that episode.
That's exciting. That's our first comment.
Yeah, first one. Teddy is a innovator. First one in.
Super nice guy too.
Yeah.
So CrossFit stuff. Do you want to talk about CrossFit news?
Sure.
Things. What's happening?
So I saw a big announcement that Ricky is going to Dubai.
Yeah, got the
invitation.
invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his brother said he was going to be going. We haven't heard from Ricky yet.
Okay.
Ben did step out.
But Ben's still suspended, right?
Correct.
Okay. But Ricky is off.
October 3rd.
Yep. I feel like I'm cheating on Charlie talking about Ricky without him here.
I know, right? He needs to be the
So do you think I wonder what that looks like for an athlete who's been banned and returns, and like what their protocol for testing is. Like, are they just constantly tested? Like, I'm curious.
So
that's
a great question. That's a great question.
I was going to say, we might be able to talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We might want to think about that
with our special guest recording that we have tomorrow. So
yes,
you'll have to stay tuned for that. But yeah, that is a good question. And I don't know. Do we know of anybody else that's sort of come back in the, in the open division? Because, I'm sure there's masters that have popped in or back and whatnot. Do we know of anybody that's popped and come back and competed?
Well, I'm sure there has been. I know there was the guy in Iceland who did. But the problem is none of them had the talent and finished as high as Ricky. So they're just not known.
No podium. Well, I mean, Ellie.
But she hasn't returned.
Right, but she hasn't returned. So that's,
Yeah.
Emily Abbott, not returned.
Yeah, all the people we know haven't returned.
Mm-hmm.
And Ricky, when he got popped, was so young that he actually is still in his prime, even after the 4-year ban, because I think he's only like 25.
Yeah. I wonder if there's going to be so much shit talking in the back, like the behind the scenes.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how, how he's, what's the word? Like accepted or not, in the locker room or whatever. Yeah. I'm sure there's probably people that, behind his back probably are going to make some snarky comments, but I bet you face to face, no one's going to really, I would hope people would just ignore him or embrace him, and not sort of be a dick, but.
Yeah. I know he has some supporters out there that really want him to have an opportunity, who are pretty big names in Australia.
Yeah, and BKG too. I think BKG came to his defense at some post on Instagram I was following today about it, where someone was complaining and BKG kind of said like, well, what makes you say that? So it sounded to me like he was supporting Ricky.
Yeah, the stories I'm hearing is in Australia, like they know him as just like a good dude.
Yeah,
and they want the best for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think if they can get in with the other people they know in the sport, and that can kind of move its way through, you're always going to have detractors. Danielle Brandon had detractors because she had close contact at the games.
Yeah.
But you're probably not going to see any of that publicly.
Right.
Yeah. A couple other interesting invites to Dubai were Sarah Sigmund's daughter.
Oh, I didn't see that. Is she gonna be?
Yeah.
She's not gonna be ready, is she? When did she have surgery?
It was right
Right
at
at
the
the
beginning of
open.
the open.
Yeah, I mean, you need ACL, right? ACL, right? I mean, that's like 12 months. Like 9 months is pushing it for
Yeah,
ACL. I mean,
for a
unless you
football
have like
player,
bionic limbs.
for a football player, you're talking 12 months.
Yeah,
But
I know.
that's a
I
lot
have
of like that's a cutting and
right. I have
lateral movement.
Yeah, I have a client who's a volleyball athlete, and she's a year out too. So yeah, I mean, maybe, but that's scary. I mean, it's one thing to start, lifting and stuff after 9 months, but to be competing.
Yeah.
Or I guess at that point it'll be like 10 months, but still, I just wouldn't want
To
her to mess up.
prepare.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you kind of train for it too. You can't just show up day one and be like, all right, I'm ready to squat now.
Yeah.
Or push jerk or whatever.
Oh, Charlie's joining us.
He heard us talking about Ricky.
I bet that's exactly what happened.
Or he thought it was at 6:30.
No,
And
well,
just
he's
7
still late.
minutes It's a viable theory. Come here, Mama. Come say hi. So cute.
Did you hear us talking about Ricky, Charlie?
No.
Oh,
No,
I thought you caught the live broadcast and said, "Hey, I got to get on and talk about Ricky too."
Oh, yeah, my guy. What'd you say about him?
He's going to Dubai.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. He's bringing me some juice.
Is he?
He better
That's
not
right.
be.
He knows. He's got to do something with that supply. He might as well give it to me. He's not going to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what his performance is like, because he's really had 4 years to train.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, but not in a, well, I mean, I guess in a live setting for some things, but yeah, that's going to be the whole competition environment is going to be totally different. Sorry, these dogs are really nudgy. What's up, guys? Hi.
You got all of them? 2 of them?
I just 2 of them. Yeah, they're just kind of up in my because I have watermelon on the desk. So they're like, give me some watermelon. Here, guys, go. Here, take that.
Yep.
Go
the
away.
only thing about 4 years to train is so have I.
Go take it. Good girl.
Woo!
That's a
Good
great
point.
point.
Really great point, Charlie.
Fair point.
Charlie was there today.
My guess is he's made it to day 2 of Carrie Pierce abs, though.
Oh, I don't know about all that.
You hear there's like a power glutes now.
Ooh, it's a lot.
Power glutes is a thing.
Is it less than 11 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything for 11 minutes.
11 minutes is his max amount of time that he can
That's the limit.
do extra work. He said nobody has that time.
Nope.
Yeah, the last thing I need is more glute. All right. Well,
Funny.
any other CrossFit news out there?
Yeah, the girl from South America.
Yeah.
Popped and then
Lucha.
Yeah.
Laurie, I think is her name. Laurie. Darn it. Teddy probably knows. Teddy.
She was popped at the games, right?
Before the games
Before the
started.
games.
Right.
And she was at the games because she was there with Guy. She was there with Guy.
Guerreros.
Yes. But so I guess they found one of her samples to be contaminated. And so because of that, she now has a 2-year ban instead of a 4-year ban. And some people are losing their minds that she even has a 2-year ban because they think like how is that to be? But I don't know. I just feel like if I want, and I'm not saying that she tried to cheat, but if anybody did want to cheat, I would think it would be easy enough to take something and put it in your sample, like to put it in your pre-workout and go, here's my pre-workout. Like, do they go back and check like the lot number of other ones that other people have purchased?
Correct. For you to be able to prove it, you have to get an unopened package in the same lot number.
Got it. Okay.
And yours has to be contaminated.
Right.
So
That's crazy. But like for Charlie's benefit, we'd need to know what that supplement was exactly.
and what lot number, so we got the right can.
Right. So we're working on that for you,
Yes.
Charlie.
Perfect.
I actually reached out to her right after the games, and she agreed to record with us. And then she was in New York for some time, and we were just trying to catch up with schedules. And then we both sort of just stopped talking to each other. And I've reached out a few more subsequent times, and I haven't gotten any response. So she was like on our radar to speak to for a short period of time. It'd be
I
great
still
to
think
hear
that'd be
hers.
a good conversation as to the
Absolutely.
process she went through
Yeah.
to
'Cause
prove that.
things like that isn't necessarily super transparent, you know, for someone like me who's going to sit back and be all cynical and think that she cheated. But until I know the details of that process, it's hard for me to say anything about it.
Well, when Ellie said what she had to do to prove her innocence, she talked about they had to find a canister,
Hmm.
but hers was possibly tainted meat as well. And yeah,
Yeah,
you know, like
Whatever happened with hers? We just
Oh,
we
kind of
don't know.
we don't know. And that's the part that's really disappointing, because she made a really strong point when she first came out on Mayhem's podcast to say that she was going to keep everyone in the loop, and that she really, I mean, you know, she had a heartfelt sort of, you know, explanation for what had happened. And then she really, you know, wanted everyone to believe that she never intentionally did that. And so I would think that you would want to follow up on that with people and, you know, report what actually happened, even if she couldn't prove it, just to know that she still stood by her innocence. And I just feel like that kind of just sort of evaporated. We didn't hear anything else about it. And now it's kind of like the elephant in the room, or at least for me it is sometimes when I see her. And I really like her, and I want to like her, and I do still like her, but I also would like her to talk about that.
Agreed.
So, okay. Should we go to our questions?
Sure.
Okay. Charlie, longest flight you've ever been on? Is Charlie still with us?
Probably not.
He might be on airplane mode.
And I don't mean a 30-minute flight with a baby screaming next to you, even though that might seem like the longest flight you've ever been on. Amy, what about you?
Italy. I think it was 7 or 9 hours. Well, 7 one way, 9 the other way. And that was the first time that when I went, I was so surprised that night that my feet were swollen. Like my legs were swollen from being on the airplane. And I was just like, oh, that's really a thing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Teddy has her back. The athlete's name is Larissa.
Larissa, thank you. I think Laurie for short is what Laurie Kuna. Thanks.
So
Teddy.
my longest flight was to Spokane, Washington, because I'm boring and I've never been out of the country other than Canada. But that was like 5 hours, I think, from here to there.
Wow.
So
Cool.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Charlie. Longest flight, please.
Mine was to Hawaii. Now, technically, I've never been there. I was in my mother's stomach, but it counts. We're not had to get into a debate if this is a thing or whatever, but I was on that flight.
So the only thing, the most concerned thing I am about what you just said was that you were in your mother's stomach. Did she eat you?
Yes.
Because otherwise you'd be in her uterus.
you see, Charlie, there are birds and there are bees.
And Amy likes to talk about the birds and the bees all the time.
You see, what happened was,
Yeah.
What about you, Kat?
I went to the Philippines and I had to fly to Hong Kong. So from Philly to Hong Kong, I think it was 13 hours. And then I think it's like another whatever to Hong Kong. And then on the way back, I think I flew through like Germany or something.
Did you have a travel partner with you?
That time, no. But the first time I flew there, I flew to San Francisco and then was supposed to take a flight right from San Francisco to the Philippines. Philippine Air canceled the flight. My bags went to the Philippines. My body went to Tokyo. and spent the night in Tokyo. And I remember having to, I might have told the story before. I had to find clothing because I had been traveling for like a day and a half by the time I got to Tokyo, and had to get a taxi ride to like some mall in Japan. And if you've ever gone clothes shopping in Japan, everything is this big. Like the people there are tiny, and I'm not a tiny, even though I'm only 5'2", like I'm not a tiny person. And I could barely find like clothing to fit me. So that was fun. But I did buy like an outfit, and I remember like expensing it when I got back from my trip, and my company was like started to fight me on it a little bit. And I was like, listen, I was going for work and I got stuck and my bags went there. I had to buy clothes. So, but that was a long flight too. But luckily you fly business class, so you get to like lie down and take naps. You basically get on the plane, you eat, you take a nap, you wake up, you eat, and then you land. So it's really not that bad.
Never had that opportunity.
Yeah, it's fun. I probably never will again, but it was cool. Someone else paid for it, obviously.
Yeah, right. On somebody else's dime.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Those flights are like $15,000. I think it's ridiculous. All right, first CD you ever bought. So not record. And the only reason why it's CD is because I make up these questions and I don't remember my first record that I bought because I probably didn't buy one. Someone bought it for me, but this is the first CD you bought or you got. Amy.
Okay, well, see, I never bought records. I would have been more of a cassette tape kind of girl.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, I don't know if I had the cassette or the CD. I'm just going to go with what I think.
Okay.
And it's going to be Vanilla Ice.
Oh, Ice Baby.
Yep.
Okay.
Vanilla Ice.
Like it.
But I used to go to the mall and I would go to the Wave. It was called Wave.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the CDs. That was my thing. And then you would do like the sheets where you pay a penny, really, you know, and you ended up subscribing and get 12
Columbia
CDs.
House.
Yeah, I got a lot of those too.
Yeah, that's funny. Tape a penny. Yeah, you would. We would actually tape a penny.
Yep.
And mail it in. Scott, do you remember?
So it would be very hard for me to think about what the first CD I bought was because I was so into, I'm much older than you all are. And I was
Not
way
that
into
much
music
older.
by the time CDs came out. And I was a wedding DJ when CDs kind of hit the air. So I bought a ton of CDs. But I do know the first record I bought. And I actually talked to someone about it. It is right here. Styx,
Wow, you still have it.
Equinox. Right there. I bought that because I wanted Grand Illusion, Styx Grand Illusion, but I couldn't afford it on my allowance. And that was the record that was in the bargain bin that I could get for like $2. And it ended up being one of my favorite albums ever. I still listen to it today. And I probably like it better than Grand Illusion now. So pretty cool.
Do you want to know what kind of record player that I had? You do.
Fine.
A Fisher Price one.
Oh.
And I had a Smurf record.
That's great. I actually saw Styx in concert about 8 years ago at the Houston Rodeo. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I saw them at the Popcorn Festival on the back of a semi truck.
Oh.
Yeah, they how the big had fallen.
Yeah. Oh, well, the first CD I got, and I only remember because my dad made a big production when he bought our family a CD player. We were celebrating something, I don't really remember, but he brought it in, and I got to pick a CD and my brother got to pick a CD, and I picked Steve Winwood, Back in the High Life.
Wow.
And I can wail to that song. Like, that's one of my favorite songs. That and Higher
That's
Love.
good stuff.
Yeah, right? So I don't remember when that was. It's probably 1989, maybe?
Yeah, 88, 89, I think.
88, 89, yeah.
Yeah, because I probably got a cassette of that by doing the penny on the thing and sending it in.
Funny. Charlie, you got one?
Now, is this the one we actually paid for?
Well,
pulled out the plastic and kind of,
the first one that
I'm
was
kidding.
yours.
well, that one would have been mine too, but I'm going to say it was probably Tribe Called Quest.
Nice. You still
Low
have
end
it?
theory. I believe that I do somewhere in the basement.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Okay.
So those are questions. Just want to make sure everybody knows that we put out a couple episodes this week. We put out on Monday, Jared Graybeal. He is the founder of the Zalos games. And if you don't know what that is, it is a way for athletes to make money in the off season in an online competition format. And this is just kind of a beta test to see where he can take it in the future. But they've already announced the workouts, the signups. It starts in the beginning of October. So everybody knows what it is. And they did that so affiliate owners can program it as part of the normal monthly program and not disrupt class, and just do it that way. And then this morning, we released Taylor Stride, individual games athlete and teams games athlete, was on Mayhem Independence that didn't get to compete at the games. And then this year took Blue City CrossFit to the CrossFit Games. Really interesting. And she's a full-time physical therapist. So she does that and trains. And I think the really cool part of the conversation was how she has to modify her training plan so that she can get it in an hour and a half and get to work. I thought that was really, really kind of cool. And then we have some stuff coming out later this week, but we don't want to jinx it because it's happening tomorrow.
Yes.
But it is big. It is big. Look on social media for what may be coming, and hopefully we'll have that out tomorrow night.
Yes, we will.
Yeah. All right. With that, anybody got anything good from the internet?
TikTok. I've been watching a lot of TikTok lately, going in that black hole for some reason. Not sure why. And it's like I'm all on my For You page. I'm not even going into the following stuff. I'm just what's her face? Gabby.
Yes.
That thing.
I wasn't going to say it's a good thing on the internet,
we got to
but
talk
I've
about
been
it. Yeah.
obsessed with it.
Yeah, well, especially you, little Miss Crime Lady.
Huh.
Did you know? So there was a theory out there, and for people that don't know what we're talking about, Gabby
Petito
and
Brian
Laundrie went on this camping trip, and you've probably heard of what's going on. Have they confirmed that it was her body?
Yes,
Yep.
the FBI came out and confirmed. Mm-hmm.
Before they found her body, there was a theory that they both killed somebody and that they were like separating because of. Had you heard that theory?
I very quickly, but
obviously it's not true, but what a crazy story. And they're looking for him, and they've arrested his parents, right?
They did arrest his parents? I know that they made
arrested his parents.
His house, a crime scene. Well, they said a crime scene, but
they've taken his parents into some kind of custody. I don't know that they've actually arrested them, but I mean, when the police come to your door and ask for your son and they say, no comment, talk to my lawyer, there's a problem. I mean, that's a big red flag.
Well, the fact that he came home from a trip they were at together,
with her
he came home in her car without her, and how
heartbreaking
and then
is
went
it
backpacking in the middle of the swamp?
Yeah. And how heartbreaking is it that the police had them both like right there, days before whatever happened to her possibly happened to her, and they could have intervened. And I mean, I know they followed, the letter of the law and everything, but gosh, that's like heartbreaking.
Yeah. It is. So I'll be following this case very closely.
I'm sure. Yeah. You give us the full update next week, please.
Yeah.
Expect more.
On a lighter note, I watched Monday Night Manning for the first time. I'd heard some stuff about it the week before.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I am so addicted. That is how I want to watch football all the time now.
Very cool.
Hold on. Speaking of that, my dad sent me a text this morning. It says, Watching Monday Night Football with Peyton and Eli is like watching Sunday afternoon football with your husband and son. I can't understand half of what they say.
That's great.
Well, the best part is they bring on guests to kind of talk with them. And I think the only thing that they have to work on is they talk over each other all the time because they all want to say what's going on and their opinions of it.
Yeah, I don't
But-
know why you keep talking like we. Oh,
But I love how
See this
into
puppy
it
dog,
Peyton
so cute.
is. Peyton is so into it when he sees something that he disagrees with or something that he would like that they did really, really well. Like he's jumping around. Eli was on an interview yesterday afternoon and he said that Peyton drinks 5 Red Bulls before he goes on the air.
That's great.
But yeah, if you have not watched it and watched Monday Night Football, screw the commentators. That is way better than what they have going on commentating the game.
Very cool. Yeah, just check it out. I forgot there was football on this weekend.
And Peyton is like Amy. He was drinking out of a red Solo cup, and one of the commenters, it was actually Jay Cutler, texted in and said, Peyton, what's in the red Solo cup? And he said, well, I'll tell you what, it's not TB12 water. So that was good.
Great. Cool.
Charlie, you got any slap fighting or anything going on?
No, not this time. Next week.
All right. Well, with that, look tomorrow for a special interview that we hope we have. And we'll put that out tomorrow night to kind of be released 2 a.m. Thursday morning. So look for that. Also, we got to thank our sponsors, Element 26, new sponsor. Check out their website at element26.co and rxsmartgear.com. RxSmartGear, our title sponsor. We lost a subscriber from last week to this week.
How
So
did that
now we
happen?
need 8 subscribers to give away a jump rope.
Come on, people.
You got to get out there and tell your friends, family, everyone. Just hit the subscribe button because you want to win a jump rope, right?
Right.
So that's like the equivalent of somebody unfriending you or unfollowing you on your social media page.
I guess. Yeah, I guess we annoyed somebody.
Got it.
Yeah.
Won't be the
Many-
first.
Too many releases this week or something. Isn't that silly? I'm gonna have JoJo subscribe. JoJo, you want to subscribe?
Yeah. JoJo wouldn't leave
subscribe.
us.
No, never.
But yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave some comments like Teddy did, interact with us on the show. We're going to be
Hey,
doing
that was
this
fun.
live every week on Tuesday at 6, between 6 and 6:15. We will be going live.
I feel like Teddy might have interacted with us this time more than Charlie did.
Listen, I'm glad that you just said between 6 and 6:15, so now I know.
Right. Yeah, we should probably nail that
But what
down.
time did you think it was? Because you got here at 6:37.
Well, I'm on Pacific time, so
Pacific time or specific time?
specific time.
Yeah, right.
I need to know specifically when I need to show up.
You were specifically late.
Well, I get off work at 6, so it takes me a little bit of time to get downstairs and turn everything on.
Show me my baby.
It's literally
That's why I say
downstairs.
between 6 and 6.
It's like 6:10.
It's literally down the stairs from your house.
You're so cute.
So with that, like, subscribe, comment. Teddy was on time. He was killing us with the comments.
He was.
That was awesome. And with that, we will see you next time on the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends.
Bye.
See ya, mama. Mwah. You're so cute. That's a cutie. My cute girl. Hi.
I don't know how to stop it.
Oh,
I do this every week.
I'm gonna come up on my